Hi, so this is the day 19 in this Python series, and today, as I was explaining about the interview questions for loops and while loops, and the programs that can be asked in the interviews based on these strings will be discussed in this video. So, first, I will explain some theory. So, I will give you some theory questions that can be asked on strings. Predominantly, they will ask some fundamental questions on strings. More than that, they are not going to ask. There are not much questions, but there are some good questions where they will make sure that whether you have understood Python or not. So those are some of the questions that I will discuss today. So I started what is strings, right? So that will be the that question you should know. So as a I know programming and I don't know what is string means, it will be a it's not a good thing. So the question they will ask is what is string. So this is the one thing, one question they will ask. So learn what is string. So in the video I have explained string is a collection of characters. String is a collection of characters, and characters enclosed in a single quote or double quotes, in single, double, and triple quotes. So I said where we use triple quotes. For multi-line strings, we use triple quotes. And for other strings, for single line strings, you can use single quotes or double quotes, whatever is convenient for you. This is the one thing. And one more point that you need to say is strings are immutable. Okay. So what do you mean by immutable? Immutable means once strings are created, they can't be modified. Okay. This is the one thing you need to say. Strings are immutable. You mentioned this point, and they will ask, what is immutability? What is immutability? Okay. If you give a thing, see, in interviews will go in such a way that, so if you give a lead to them, definitely they will ask on those. So you will say strings are immutable. So now they will ask, what is immutability? Once the strings created, once the strings created are initialized, they cannot be changed. They cannot be more than change. You can use they cannot be modified. Okay. So if you want detailed explanation about this immutability and what is mutability, don't worry. We have strings and we have list, tuple, dictionary, and set. So these are the collection type of data types in Python. While explaining lists, it will be very useful for you guys. I mean, you guys can easily understand the mutability and immutability because lists are mutable, these are immutable. Okay. So in that time, I will clearly explain. So it's my promise. Don't worry about this. So for now, learn this much. That is enough. Now, let's see what is the next theoretical question that they can ask. The next, how do you access character in a string? So, how do you access characters? So, see, in the when in a string, okay, in a string. Now, this is the question people might ask. So, for this, to answer this, so the simple answer is using indexing or slicing. Now, what is indexing? What is slicing? So, you should know this also. So, basically, what is string indexing or list indexing means? So, string is a collection of characters. So, they will have this indexing. Let's take name equal to Python. Okay, let's take name equal to Python. And for this, the index values will be, for P, it will be 1. Okay, for P, it will start with basically 0. See here, for P, it will be 0, then Y 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the index values. Okay, so using these index values, you can access the characters. And what is this slicing? For this also, I will make a detailed video about slicing. For now, if anybody asks you how you will access characters in a string, just say indexing or slicing. Okay. What is indexing? In strings, characters will have an index value. Basically, strings start with the zero indexing. Okay, in the same as arrays or lists. Okay, if you are not about don't know about those things, don't worry. In the next video, I will explain. For now, understand indexing is nothing but in a string start with the zero indexing. Okay, so this is how we will access the strings. Basically, like name of 0. So the output will be if you print a name of 0, the output will be p. Okay, so the output will be p. So this is how you will access the characters in a string. Now, what is the difference between, they will ask, what is the difference between equals and is? Okay, so this is the one again good question they will ask. What is the difference between double equal to and is? You have to say to interviewer, sir, double equals to will compare the values. Okay, it will compare the values. Okay, and this is, it compares the memory address. Okay, it compares the memory address. So you have to answer this. So this is the difference between equals to and is. Okay, so next question they can ask is, what are the commonly used string methods? What are the commonly used string methods? This is the one again good question they will ask. I already explained you in the previous video. There are a lot of methods. You can answer upper, okay, lower, and you can use swap case. Okay, so there are so many methods you can see and so on. There are so many. So I have to mention at least some 5 to 6. So 5 is the minimum. So there are a lot of methods. So just try to mention 5. Okay. So this is the one good question. So basically the important question will be this. What is the difference between double equal to and is? You just need to say that double equal to compare the values. Is will be comparing the memory address of the variables. Okay. So this is a very biscuit question we can expect. So these are the some of the questions. So and actually here I was saying about slicing, right? So I don't want you guys to be worried about what is this slicing. So let me explain here itself in a simple way. So what is slicing? Okay. So as a question, just think. So actually it has a syntax. The syntax goes like this. Okay. Let's take a string name equal to Kumar. Okay, so name equal to Kumar. And the syntax of this slicing is simple. Name, the variable that I'm using, and you have to use braces. So basically, you guys call it as a square brackets. Try to call this as a braces. Okay, these are braces. Inside that, you need to mention the start of the index. Okay, start of the index, and you need to give the end of the index, and you need to give the, you can give step. This is optional, and so these are also optional. So but this is a basic syntax. Okay, this is basic syntax. So on this we can work on some examples. Okay, so don't worry about this. Now you understood little bit about slicing. So in I will make you one video. So there are some concepts which you need to know, so which are very helpful in solving the problems or programs. Now again, and one more question while explaining the methods, I was explaining about find and another method about index, right? So what is the difference they may ask? They may ask. So the difference between what is the difference between find and index? Okay, this is a question they can ask. Simple, you need to say find will return -1. Okay, find will return -1 if index not found, and this index, okay, this index will return error. Okay, it will throw an error. Okay, if not found. So this is the difference you need to say, don't forget. Okay, also I have explained while explaining about methods. So these are the some of the questions that they can ask in interviews. These are some of the theoretical questions. Okay, now we will see some practical programs that they can ask on strings in interviews. So let's go to my code editor. So let's start. So already have created. So if you're new to this video, I mean, if you are not watching my Python series, please go watch the videos on Python. And if you are here for interview purpose, so just I hope you will be knowing how to create a file. So if you don't know, go to file, or else you can click here, or else you can click here and you can click on this plus new file. So it's see, it's indicating new file, or else you can use simply type control n and you can save this with the .py extension. These are the ways for you. Already have this strings.py. I will open that only, or else let me create. Okay, so let me create a file, new file. Okay, so I will create a new file. That file will be string interview, string interview .py. Okay, so basically I will have some couple of programs for this video. So let's start with a simple question that they can ask in interviews. So the basic string questions, string programs that they can ask. The best one, the mostly asked question will be a reverse a string. So the first you can expect in as a string, reverse a string. Okay, this is the one question they will may ask. So for this, just take a string. So name, yeah, name equal to Python. Now interviewer will ask, so return this string. He can give anything. Okay, he can give your name. He can give some country names. He can give some company names. Basically, he wants you to reverse the string. So he will expect the output. Expected output will be simple. So no THT, okay, YP. So it should be the output. Okay. Now, now let's implement. So let me increase the font size for a bit. Yeah, I think it's visible. Now let's write the logic. As I have already explained for loops, conditional statements, by now you should know how to use this for loop and while loop and conditional statements. Okay. So first I will take a variable to store the result. This is the variable I will take. So I'm taking this result as an empty string. I'm not taking anything. I'm taking as a empty string. Okay. Now I will use for loop for I in name. Okay, for I in name, what will happen now? Simple. So I have a string Python. Okay, what is the name here? So name equal to Python, right? This is the what we have. Okay, now so let's take P. We will take first. Okay, we'll start with the P. This is the one which is there in I. If you want to see that, so you can see here print I. Okay, print I. Okay, so see Python. This is for every iteration. Okay, this is for every iteration. So it will give this. Okay, so now after this what will happen? So after this what will happen? I will try to use this variable result equal to result. Okay, so basically I'm storing this character. I'm appending this character I into this result variable. That's my logic. Result plus I. Okay, I'm appending this empty string with P. Okay, so now if I print at last, if I print result, what will be the output? So the output will be, I will run, see, Python. Now you may ask, see, you said reverse a string, but I am getting Python. Why? Because you are iterating from the start. Okay, so the simple thing that you can do is, that is, instead of concatenating result plus I, you can use I plus result. That's it. That's it. Now, if I run this, the output will be, see, this is a simple thing. So how it's working? how it's working, you can see here. If I clear the screen and if I show you, see, I'm getting the output whatever we are supposed to get, right? So NOHTYP, right? So what was happening means, so before we were doing, first I had result empty string plus plus P. Okay. This is what I was adding. Now what will be the result? The result will be so this, okay, the result will be P. Okay. P and this. Let's take this. Okay. This empty string. Okay. Nothing is there. So this will be the output in the first iteration. In the next iteration, you are again for this P. Okay. You have already P. Okay. You have already P. Let me keep it as before one. See. So you have already P in result. Okay. So this is basically result. Now for this P again in the second iteration, this is P and you are concatenating the next I, that is Y. Okay. What will happen? It will be again Py. Okay. Now this is how iterations will go. But if you use I first, that is character first, and then this empty string, what will happen? What will happen? See, it will just change. First you will have P, okay, plus P plus, okay, empty string. What it will be? The result will be updated with this P, okay. So this P, right? This will be the stored. Now the next iteration, you will take Y. I am concatenating first Y, okay. So I will have Y, then you will add this result, whatever the result variable, that is P. So now the output will be YP, okay. See, this is YP. Now, next, we will have in the third iteration, you will get T. Okay, the T will be concatenated with this Y. Already I have YP. Okay, YP. So the result will be TYP. TYP. So this is what happens in this logic. Okay, this is what happens in this logic. So when you print the final output, you will get this NOHTYP. So I'm just using space. Let's use the result. Okay. So see, you have to see the way. See, this is the output. This is a simple question. So I think I took more time than it has to be because you guys need to understand these iterations for that. Okay. So now let's move on to next question. So let's move on to next question. Okay. So let me comment everything. So let me comment. That's it. Okay. Now let's take a second question. The second question will be, is string is a palindrome? Basically, is string is a palindrome? Okay. This is the question. This is the most important one, and in fact, most companies, like service-based companies, will definitely, at least it will be there in their interview questions. Okay, they will ask these palindrome questions. So I will take, so it's the same as reverse string, the same logic, so you can see here. So let's take again, so let's take palindrome. Basically understand what is palindrome. So even after reversing a string, that will be same as original. Some examples will be mom. Okay, see, if we reverse mom, it will be the same as the original, right? So same as the original. You can take other examples also. You can take dad. You can okay, dad. You can take madam. So these are the some of the examples for palindrome. See, first interview will ask, did you understood what is palindrome or not? You need to, so he will ask, what do you mean by palindrome? They may ask, you need to say, sir, the string, even after reversing a string, that will be same as original, so it is called as a palindrome. That's a simple definition you need to say. People will say something different. Okay, they give some answers which are not at all relevant. The simple answer you can give is, sir, even after reversing a string, that will be same as the original string, so that is called as a palindrome. These are the examples. You can say some examples. Mom, dad, madam. There are so many examples. Now, after that, interview will ask, implement the logic. So, now let's take the madam as the examples. So, input or name equal to madam. Okay. So, don't forget. So, madam. Now, now let's give. So instead of taking name, let's take input function. So let's use input function, right? I have already given you for name variable. Let's take input function and let's ask, give me what is your name? What is your name? Okay. This is a prompt. It will be prompted to the user. Now let's take a result variable. Result equal to same. Okay. So now same logic that I have used for the reversing a string. Use for I. Anything you can take I or ch or j, whatever, but you have to use the same variable. So let's take ch as a one meaningful variable. Now for ch in name, for ch in name, so what happened here? So notice. So for ch in name, you will give result equal to ch plus result. I hope you remember this logic. Now in result you have the reversed string. Okay, you have result string. Let's print result here. Okay, let's print result here. Now in the next step here is the main step. So you have reversed the string. Now you have reversed this whatever the input that the user has given. Okay, user has given. Okay, now what you will do? So now you will compare. I have explained you about conditional statements. Here comes the conditional statement. You have to use conditional statements. If name equal to result. Okay, if name equal to result, which means if the original string and the whatever the result that I have got, if both are same, it will be print palindrome. Print palindrome. Else will palindrome. Else print not a palindrome. Okay. That's it. That's it. This is simple example. Oh, this is the output for palindrome function. Now let's run this. Okay. So now let's maximize this screen. See, what is your name? So let's clear this screen and then we will say, okay. So yeah. So clear. Yeah. Now let's again run this. See, what is your name? You give lava. What should be the output? Is lava is a palindrome? You need to know that. No, lava is not a palindrome because LAVA is not. So LAVA is not equal to AVAL, right? This is right. Now let's see. I have given lava. The output should be not a palindrome. What will be the output? Yes, it's not a palindrome. See, that's it. That's it. So there is nothing here. This is a palindrome, simple palindrome function you can write. This is a simple palindrome program that you can write in the interviews when they ask. There are some questions they will ask to reduce the time complexity or for not using for loops. That I will explain. Okay, so that I will explain now only, right? So how without using these for loops or how can I reduce the time complexity? Basically, time complexity is now for this lava you are taking four iterations. Okay, total four iterations you are taking. Okay, but interviewer will ask you reduce the time complexity. So for that you can use. Oh, so let me give some other examples and let's conclude with this and then we will see that. What is your name? Madam. See, madam is a palindrome. Okay. I hope you understood, right? You understood about madam and palindrome and so I gave two examples. Now let's see without using for loop how we can do. Okay. that is without using for loop. Again, see, there are some simple ways also. There are some simple ways to solve this program. So I will comment this and I will show you. Name equal to lava. So print result equal to name of colon 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 minus one. Basically, I'm using this slicing. So don't worry this. Now you will compare if name equal to result, print palindrome, else not a palindrome, okay, else print not a palindrome, okay, not a palindrome. Now let's run this. What will be the output? See, it's a not a palindrome. So let's take madam. Okay, so let's take madam and let's clear the screen and see the output. Let's run this. See, it's a palindrome. So this is a easy way. So he will ask, don't use slicing method, don't use for loop. Do it. Now for that, you can use, there is a good way to solve this program. That is, let's take one string equal to Python. Okay. Now there is an approach called two pointer approach. Basically, what you will do, so instead of starting at the zeroth index, you will start from the zeroth index. At the same time, you will start at the last index of the string, given string. For that, starting index will be, so si equal to 0. What will be the ending index? Ending index will be also length of this string. Okay, length of string minus 1. Okay, why I am using length of string minus 1? Because Python. So what is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 6. But our indexing starts from 0. Our indexing starts from 0. So because it's starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to start from 5, not 6. If you give 6, you will get index out of range error. Okay. That is the one thing you need to remember. Now you will use while loop instead of for loop. While si, okay, while si less than ei. Why I am taking this condition? Because see, this is a center point. Okay, so let's take p, let's take n. So iteration started. So first will be p and ei will be n. Okay, next you will increment the starting index to second, that is y, and you will decrement the ey. Okay, let me write the complete code and I will explain. So now while s of starting index is less than ending index, if string of string of s of I, si not equal to string of ei, so you'll take flag equal to false. Okay, this is a flag variable. Okay, you will make for this you need to have a flag variable here. Flag equal to true. Let's assume my string is a palindrome at first. Okay, now, if suppose s of I, that is starting index py, is not equal to ending index n, so then no need to check, right? See, if they are not matching, obviously that it is not a palindrome. So basically, if the first character and last characters itself is not matching, then no need to check for the next iteration. So for that, you set the flag equal to false and break this while loop. That's it. Else, wait, okay, this now, if suppose if they are same, you just si plus equal to 1, which means you are incrementing the starting index and decrementing the ending index, okay, that last index. Every step you have to do this, or else I have already said what will happen if you don't give the exit condition. You have to give the condition to exit, okay, to decrement. So or else your while loop will be keep on running and your system get crashed, or it will be keep on running, okay. So this is the condition you have to give. So si plus equal to 1, ei minus, how it will work, see, first it will compare p and y, okay. So p is the first one, and so let's take here itself hash Python. Okay. Now S of I, that is Py in the first iteration, and EI is the N. Okay. Now if they are not at all equal, you set a flag equal to false and break the condition here itself. You will not enter into while loop itself for next iteration. If suppose if they are same, if let's assume it is also P, it will not enter into this if condition itself. It will not enter into the if condition itself. Instead, it will increment the starting index to 1 and decrement the last index to minus 1. So this is how these conditions will work. Okay, this is a simple logic. At last, again, you will use conditional statements if uh, flag, okay, if flag print palindrome, okay, print palindrome, else not a palindrome. What is this error? Okay, how did I miss this? So else print not a palindrome. That's it. As simple as it, right? Not a palindrome. That's it. Now let's run this. Let's run this. What should be the output? See, not a palindrome. Is Python is a palindrome? No, it's not a palindrome. Let's take madam. Okay, let's take madam. Now run this. See, palindrome. So this is another way to write a palindrome program. So in these three ways you can write, and there are many ways. Okay, so start working on this and you will get a lot of good things. So these are the one of the important questions that they can ask in an interview. Okay, now other programs that they can ask. So just characters in a string, count the characters in a string. For that, let's question count the characters in a string. Okay, in a string. Okay. So to count the characters in a string, just to take a string. Okay. Name equal to Python. And then how many characters are there? One, two, three, four, five, six. Basically, you can use count equal to 0. Okay. And you can iterate through for loop for ch in name count plus equal to 1, count plus equal to 1. Initially it was 0, now you are incrementing 1 at each iteration. So print count, okay. So that's it. Now if you run this, what should be the output? Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6. There are total 6 characters. See, you got output 6, you got output 6. Okay, again let me run. I hope it's visible, 6. Okay. See, instead of doing that, you can do one more thing. That is, instead of this much, I already explained about length function, right? Use length, print, okay, length of name. That's it. So, okay, this is a simple way you can do. Nobody will ask, but see, this is also another way. Now, again, some other questions that I can think of about strings are basically they will ask the frequency. Okay, frequency of a character in a string. So let's take name equal to Python. So, guys, please don't get bored because I'm taking the Python as a variable every time. So yeah, so I'm taking this as a name equal to Python, and basically you need to count the frequency. Means frequency is nothing but how many times a character is been repeated. P once, Y once, T once, H once, O once, N. Each character has been repeated once. So let's take one more N here. N has repeated twice. So for that, how to use? So uh, you have to use for loop. Okay, for I you can take, okay, ch in name, or ch in name, print, okay, print, okay, I, what is the thing that have taken character? Let's take some space here, then we'll print count of ch. This method I already explained, right? So what is the count of this name dot count of SCH. Okay. Now, if I run this, see P1, Y1, T1, H1, O1, N twice, right? N is repeated twice. So this is a one another good example. Okay. So these are the some of the questions that they will ask. And I have some simple questions for you. So okay, I will give you as a assignment and work on those uh, like programs. So it will be very helpful for you. So I can't explain all the programs. There are so many programs. So you can find you can write a program to remove the duplicates in a string, and then you can write a program to count, okay, to count the vowels, to count the vowels, okay. You can write a program to count the consonants, and you can write program to check first non-repeating characters, okay. So the character which is not repeated, write a program to find the first non-repeating character. So these are some of the questions. So I will try to do one thing. So for all these programs, you work, okay. So you try to put your efforts, and I will create a repository in my GitHub for strings, and you go there, and I will put that link, I mean, in the description. So you go there, and you can find the solutions for these programs. But before that, you try to do yourself. So, and I also recommend you to not use any LLMs, any ChatGPT or any Gemini, that kind of AI tools, because see, as we are beginning, we were never supposed to use that kind of things. Your thinking capacity will be gradually decreased. So try to improve your logic thinking, and try to work and write. Okay, you take a book and write the logic, and just debug. Like I said, right, to go through each iteration. If you are doing that, so you'll become a good programmer. See, these are the some of the things. And also interviewers will be mainly focused on, so they're not going to think very much about your theoretical knowledge. So when they are giving some programs, if you are not solving them, you decide that. So you can decide there only if you are solving those given programs. Most of the times, if your way, so the approach that you have used is not good, there are a couple of things, okay, there are some couple of cases you may get rejected. But if you are solving it quickly and with a good approach, and if you can able to explain the logic, so obviously, without any, okay, no need to think about, let's hope you are selected. If you are solving the programs that are given on spot immediately with a good approach, you are selected for that company. In that interview, at least you will clear the technical interview. That's the one thing that I want to say. So always be good in be good in loop usage, conditional handling, and it's all about logic. Okay, logic is the only thing. So with this, I think this video is a big one, but of course, I think I want to explain the things clearly. So that's it. Okay. So go through these programs and work on these programs, and I will try to add a couple of other programs that can be asked in the interview. And we will see you in the next video. Till then, work, improve the logic, and keep learning, keep exploring. Tata, bye bye, take care.